Good morning. So welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do an actual vlog. I'm titling today Cozy Thursday. So every Thursday I have the day off, and yesterday, which was Wednesday, my lovely sister brought me a cheese Danish from the bakery that she works at. So I thought I'd just start the day off with a little fika. It's about 7 a.m. I've gotten a late start. I decided to sleep until 6 this morning. And then I cuddled my cat for half an hour. So, we're getting the day started. We're here. We've got lots planned for today. I've got some things I need to fix. I found my super heavy industrial glue. And I gotta fix a picture frame. I gotta fix the little lid for my TARDIS sugar bowl. My sister's DS, the little, I don't know, one of the knobs fell off, so she wants me to glue that too. And then I don't really know what we're gonna do for the rest of the day. I'd like to get a little quilting done. I make these quilted bath mats. They're pretty nifty, so you'll definitely see one of those a little later in the day. And I don't know, not really sure. But let's start the morning here. So, coffee. Coffee is my favorite way to start the day. So I have this beautiful mug. A friend of mine gave it to me for my birthday last year. It's from the Pioneer Woman collection at Walmart. But it's so pretty, and it holds like over half a liter of liquid. So, lots of coffee. Good way to start the day. Let's try this cheese Danish. I love laminated pastries. Croissant, pain au chocolat, which I mean are almost essentially the same thing, but Danishes too. So when my sister was taking her baking and pastry class a couple years ago, she made Danishes one day, and she made me what we call the Dutchest Danish ever. It had an almond paste center, I guess, and then it had chocolate chips and like little mandarin orange slices on it. Chocolate, almond, and orange. It was everything I ever wanted it to be in my entire life, and I keep hounding her to make them. She hasn't done it yet. Hopefully we'll get there someday. But apparently this Danish is made out of some kind of fancy cheese. It smells really good. I mean, obviously, it tastes really good too. But her boss was saying that he wasn't able to get this cheese for like ever and ever and ever. So we actually had to order it or import it or something. I can see why. It's really good. It's kind of sweet, but it's kind of tangy. I mean, obviously it's covered in sugar, so it's sweet. But it just has a really nice round flavor. I like my food to have round flavors. I don't know if that makes any sense, or if that sounds weird. Who knows? But yeah. So I'm gonna finish this up because I don't think you really want me to ramble for more than like 4 minutes about this cheese Danish. So I will, I guess, see you soon. So, first order of business on Cozy Thursday is to do some fixing up. So the first item that we'll be gluing back together is this picture frame with this lovely Dutch tile. It fell off the wall. Don't know how it did that, but it did, and it broke. And my uncle made these frames, and the tiles are from my grandparents, who are now both deceased, which is super sad. But let's get into fixing, I guess. So first up, we've got our handy E6000. This is the glue of glues. Gotta do it in a well-ventilated area. I've got lots of windows here in my living/dining room, so I think I won't die from the fumes. But item one, let's get going. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. Glue and stuff. So we've put a liberal but not too exorbitant amount of glue on here. So this is going to take about 24 hours to dry properly. Ooh. We don't really want to jostle it around too much, so I'm going to set it aside. Got another manila envelope, and so the lid of my Tarte's sugar bowl totally broke. It's been broken for way too long. I should have fixed it sooner, but we're getting to it, right? Today's the day. Today's the day to mend things. So yesterday was the first day of spring, the vernal equinox, and I thought what better time than this time of balance to bring some balance to my life. So I kind of want to start living differently. Obviously what I've been doing hasn't been working out for me, so I'm going to start waking up at 5 a.m. so I can be super productive. This morning I slept in until 6. I was so tired. I've been having trouble falling asleep. I always have trouble falling asleep, to be quite honest. But last night was particularly difficult. My fella's away, so I'm not sleeping very well. But yeah, I slept until 6 a.m. and then I got up and, like I said, I snuggled my cat for a while. So, I mean, been taking it easy. It's cozy Thursday. You don't have to go like crazy or anything, right? So we've got our top fixed. I'm just holding it with a little pressure to try and get it to like set up nice and tight. So maybe this doesn't happen again. I'm gonna clean up the glue a little. Where was I going with this? 5 a.m. I want to start waking up at 5 a.m. I want to start being more productive with my days. Now that the winter's over, can't be sleeping all the time. The sun's coming out soon. I mean, it's like 7:30 and the sun's still not totally up, but we did just have daylight savings, so we sprung forward. So everything's a little off. Now we've got sunlight until like 7 p.m. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know what to do with myself in the evenings now because it's not dark, so can't just hide in the basement and go to bed. But that's okay. That's good. I'm going to start getting out there, doing more things. So, we got him glued together. I'm going to set him aside so he can set up too. And now for the fancy DS. Wow. So, it's this little knobby button. As you can see, you touch it and it falls off. So, fingers crossed I can glue this back on really nice and easily. So yeah, cozy life, that's what we're after. I want to start getting up earlier. Oh no, oh no. start getting up earlier. Oh, I hope that works. I'm making more of my days. I want to be more productive. I've got lots to change, to be quite honest. I feel like something needs to give, so I sort of want to edit my life. I'm going to be doing a big purge of things because I have too many things and they just serve to stress me out. They don't make me happy anymore. So there's no point in having things that don't make you happy, right? I don't want to be like miserable in my sentimentality because that's just no good for anybody. All right. So there's the last item to glue. And again, we're going to let all these sit for up to about 24 hours, and then they'll for sure be really, really well set, and we'll be done. We'll be good to go. I'm not really sure what all my cozy life is going to entail quite yet. I do know I want to wake up at 5 a.m., have coffee for 5:30, stretch every morning while my coffee's brewing. I think that would be nice. I want to get into my sewing room almost daily. I don't spend enough time in there. It's been so chaotic and hectic in that workroom that I haven't wanted to go in. There was a good 2-month period over the winter where I only went into my sewing room if I absolutely had to. And that's no fun because I really do love sewing. Of all my hobbies, I would say it's definitely my favorite. I love making clothes. I like making accessories. I like to dabble in quilting. And it's a good stress reliever for me. Makes me feel good to create things. So I want to get back to creating because I haven't done enough of it this winter. I've been pretty distracted, and winter's hard, right? It's hard for everybody, not just me. Yeah, now with the spring coming, I feel there's really good energy. There's urgency to move forward, urgency to break out of old habits, old patterns. I don't want to go back to them because obviously they're not getting me where I want to be. I mean, they've gotten me as far as I've come, but I feel like there's so much more I could be doing. So I should really start working towards those things, not just dreaming, not just planning, because planning isn't doing, and actions speak louder than words, right? So we're gonna get on this. If I want to be a farm lady, I gotta work real hard to get there. I've got some big projects of my own that I want to do. I'd like to make something in its entirety every week. I want to get back to hand sewing because hand sewing and embroidery and cross stitch and all that stuff is something that I really, really enjoy doing, and I don't do enough of it. And with the warm weather coming, I don't like being trapped in the house. I don't want to be chained to my sewing machine making these big items that would take me, a week by hand or a couple hours on the machine. You know what I mean? So I figure I'm going to get a little kit together and just have a little hand sewing kit that I can plop in my purse and, go. So if I want to go for a picnic, I can just pack my bag, grab my little sewing kit and sit under a tree, eat some cheese, and sew a thing. I think that would be really fun. I really like spending time out when the weather's nice because I live in Canada. The winter sucks. Nobody really, there are some days you want to be out in the winter, but it's not quite the same. You kind of have to keep moving or you'll freeze to death. But with the spring and summer coming, I think there's lots of good stuff ahead. So now that project number 1 is down, my coffee's almost gone, my delicious Danish has been finished, I guess I'll move on to the next item on my agenda. So I'm gonna have to gather a few materials together, but I'll see you for the beginning of quilting. So this is what we have for our little sewing project today. I've got these 2 little bundles of fabric. At the local fabric shop, they sell them for 50 cents a piece. Oh, as you can see. And I have an old towel that is super scratchy and we hate it. So I'm going to repurpose this into a bath mat. Give me a second to get set up, and maybe I'll do a time-lapse thing and you can watch me cut out the fabric. I'm really not sure what the design's going to be. I've got to open up the fabric in the first place and figure out how big I want to make this bath mat. But let's get started. Why not? Yeah. So this is the completed top of our bath mat for today. I'm going to make some lunch. I'll probably get back to it this afternoon. I'll see how I feel. I may finish it another day. But the main part's together. I think it's looking super cute. I mean, turned out to have a lot more red than I had initially anticipated. But I used up not even one of those craft bags, so I still have more to try different styles out and see what I like. For now though, I'm gonna leave you off with this and I'll come back after lunch. So I did get to quilting the mat today. This is what it looks like. I just did kind of a stitch in the ditch all around the squares to like mark off the border, and then just X'd through the whole thing. So all I have left to do is the binding, but that'll be saved for another day. So I used 2 layers of the towel. It was really, really thick and hard to sew in some spots, so it took me a little while. I had to like take a second pass at some spots. You can see my diamonds are not perfect. This is what happens when you eyeball. But I think it turned out really well. And I mean, it was a nice little afternoon project. Something to do throughout the day. Drink my coffee, you know, just relax and quilt. So yeah, that is the bath mat. So I totally didn't film an outro or ending, whatever, but I just wanted to take a minute couple days later to say thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Take care.